Hello everyone and welcome to Yes, Yes, Yes. We're going to do a pick a card. I'm Jade and the subject today is what messages is my twin flame sending to me right now? And I love this idea because I've got a couple of different oracle decks and then we've got 3 different tarot decks. So the oracle decks I'll choose, we'll see what the overall messages are, and then we'll get some clarity from the tarot. So we have 3 different options here, and I'll tell you a little bit. We have the Rider-Waite that has an opalite, and the opalite it's that angelic stone. It's clarity, it's inspiration, it's higher learning and higher self. We have the Klimt Tarot that is charged with the Bloodstone, and the Bloodstone is a stone of healing, but it's also heart-centered and it's sacral. It's connected in a really deep, when we talk about blood, it's like you're bound to each other. So if we have a deep connection, if we're really feeling that with our twin flame, this would be the deck for you. And then we have the Line Strider deck, that's clarified here with the lapis stone, and the lapis is a royalty stone from Egypt. So if you feel connected to North Africa, this might be a deck for you. It's also connected to clear communication, even third eye opening. So there's a lot of deep connection with your partnership in terms of changing the world here. So if you feel like you are ready for a partnership, or that's your twin flame connection is being like one of those power couples, then this would be that deck for you. So I'm going to give you a moment to kind of feel through all of this and see which one lights up for you. Okay, so we're going to get started. We'll start here in this first line. Sometimes I flip the cards up, so I didn't want to do that this time. Okay, so we're first going to start with the Mike Dooley message, which is your twin flame is saying that you've got time. So you've got time, meaning that if you're working on your own self, right? If you're wondering when is it going to happen for me, if you're feeling like time is running out, that perhaps you've missed the mark, even that you've missed each other. This card is reminding you that you've got time. Your twin flame is saying that you've got time to meet up with me. You've got time to take care of the things that you need to take care of before we meet, because there's no rush. This love is perfectly unfolding. All right, here is the archetype card for you to hold on to, which is the Goddess card. I love this. This is Carolyn Meese's archetypes. So we're being told the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. And then just be aware that there can be exploitation with this. So use your power for the highest good. Be in your goddess light and in your sensuality is what this card is projecting for you. So you've got time to be a goddess. That's what it's saying. And then now we have you have Gabrielle Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back cards. And this is the healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So that's some deep stuff. Gabby Bernstein gives it to us deep. So there's some deep work that you're going through, and you've got time to work through whatever might be triggering you. And that could be, being without this twin flame. Maybe you have connections together where you feel each other. You feel your twin flame coming closer, and then, maybe waning, moving away. So it's, it's an in and out type of thing. This is twin flames that are not in connection physically yet, but you might feel each other. And so this healing occurs is that the healing that happens is when you are able to not be triggered by what is going on outside of you. When your twin flame is going through their journey, you're not being triggered by that. You're in your goddess nature because you have all the time on your own to be prepared and preparing for them, okay? So let's see now what the Rider-Waite says. These have all been pre-shuffled, And I'm curious as to what's coming through. So I'm going to pull out, I'm feeling like there's 3 cards. Well, there might be 4, so let's see. Cards have been flying for me during the Mercury in retrograde days. Okay, see, flying. All right. So here we have the 5 of Cups, and it is in reverse. I do like that. The 5 of Cups in reverse. We're starting to release any kind of disappointing feelings, right? Not being a loner, really getting out there, enjoying life, because you've got time, right? You don't have to sit around and wait for this twin flame connection. This is the message that they're giving to you, is that they're working on themselves. They want you to feel like you can enjoy life and not necessarily wait around and wonder where they are. Okay, so you're feeling that you're coming out of this loneliness, this disappointment of not having this connection yet. I love that that's coming through. We also have this 5 of Wands, and this is our struggle card. This is our fight card. So we're trying to release this struggle, okay? We're really trying to let go of the disappointment and that struggle. It still feels like, you know, this is what you're going through. The push and pull of releasing, the push and pull of being okay with who you are, where you are without your twin flame. This is this power, when you're able to release the struggle, when you're able to release the disappointment, that will call your twin flame to you, okay? What else your twin flame is saying, the Lovers card came up here. It came out in reverse. So what the Lovers is a choice, right? And yes, we talk about this being a twin flame card. So we're absolutely in connection with our twin flames here. But our twin flame, this choice, there's no choice right now. It's just as things are. We have to surrender. We have to move forward with the way in which life is unfolding for us. And then we have the 9 of Wands. This 9 of Wands is showing that you're wearing your scars, you're wearing your wounds, you're showing the world that you've been through it. You've been through this struggle and you have survived. You are stronger for it. You are releasing any kind of disappointment because you've been fighting for it. And I'm feeling like you're fighting for a connection with someone. And this might be someone that you already feel is your twin flame, and maybe you're just in separation, but you've already met. And so it's been a struggle being okay, not being triggered by the separation. And this has been hard. Twin flame journeys can be challenging. And then we even, go through the wondering, is this really truly what we're supposed to, what we're supposed to be feeling, what we're supposed to be going through? If you embrace this goddess energy, which is receptive, which is there's a power in acknowledging what is and not letting it affect you. I think that's what's really going on, is that your twin flame is urging you to not be affected by the journey, to really call into your own personal power and to allow the journey to unfold without any triggering, without any attachment, okay? I want to get some clarification here for you. What is your twin flame telling you right now? Just one, there we go. 2 cards came out, okay? We've got some clear communication coming through. So they're getting ready to speak with you, and it's going to be a coming back around, okay? And it's going to be something that is calling you to be in your higher place. So if you are in separation and you communicate through dreams, through astral projection, through intuitive knowings, you're going to get that message from your twin flame. It's going to be a swift message too, and it's going to say that, yes, you are on path. Stay the course. I'm coming. Because the Judgment card is reconciliation, okay? It brings us back together to look at things. It brings us back to that place to reflect, to get a final judgment on what things, how life has unfolded, and are you on track? Are you on purpose, right? So your twin flame is giving you this swift message to take a reflection, look back at, and we're in Mercury in retrograde time when I'm filming this, is look back and make sure that you're on purpose, that you're moving towards the destiny. You're moving towards your higher self. There is a reconciliation. There is a coming back around. So if you have met your twin flame and you're wondering if you're going to come back together, the cards are saying that there is a hope here. There is a connection for a reconciliation. And it's something where they're going to be bringing in that communication to you. Let's see if there's anything else for this clarification for what my twin flame is. Messages for you. Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups. It came out in the reverse. So we're not quite there yet, but the energy is here. We're not quite there for the full, happy, emotional majesty that's promised when we have a reunion. We're not quite there yet, but that promise can be here, right? It means that because that energy is here, you have the power to turn it around. And I really feel like that power is when you step in and maintain your nurturing, your sensuality, working on these things so that there's no trigger, right? None of this actually will matter. That's the beauty of it, is that none of this is really going to matter because you move on in the way that works best for you. Okay, and now we have the Fool also coming out in reverse. So we're just not quite ready yet. It is coming. There is the potential for this twin flame to communicate, to bring back this reconciliation, but we're just not quite there yet. This new beginning isn't quite there yet. I'm wondering if we just need to, again, feel like there's really no time limit on anything. So if it's more about making sure that you have, you've built up the rest of your life first. Because maybe you met each other and you had to take some time away because it got too intense, because that's the story. And now it's about how much can you live? How juicy can you make your life when you're not in twin flame connection? So that when that person comes through, then, and that is when everything's going to go forward, move you both closer to the purpose that you have together here in on the earth plane. Okay, so we have the Tower in reverse, that resistance to that change that needs to happen. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. And this is a harsh card, even though it's new communication, it's decisive communication. When I'm seeing this in the reverse, and I've seen this a few times recently, is that we just need to reflect before we speak. Justice is here, it's in the reverse. There's an imbalance. So the balance that I'm feeling in this one is that there is a promise. Okay, let's go back. There is a promise of a reconciliation. The words can come in. It's your twin flame's going to reach out to you. The thing is that we're not quite ready. Okay, the connection, the emotional fulfillment is not quite there yet. We're still working towards it. Okay, we don't have a new beginning quite yet. There's a resistance to this big change that needs to occur. Holding our tongue, not speaking the truth, but doing some reflection right now is what exactly needs to happen so that we can come out back into a balanced position. Okay? You have all the time you need. You have time. You have time to make these changes that need to occur. And the time needs to be spent on not being triggered by things. Not being triggered by the absence. Not being triggered by what once was, because we've gone away from each other in this lifetime, in the last lifetime. You're not together right now because you need time to work on yourselves. And there's no reason to feel at a loss because you're always together. That's what they say about it. You know, you're always together, even if you're not in physical union, you're always together. I know it doesn't feel that way all the time, but here's your power, your goddess nature. And if you're a masculine, it's totally fine to go into your goddess nature. So, you know, don't run away from that. Don't feel like that doesn't apply. Your sensuality, maybe studying Tantra, maybe even just delving into if there were any issues that, you know, you question your body image, your sexuality, your the ease in which you express yourself physically. So these are questions right now that you're in reflection of because you have time to work through this. And when you do your reconciliation that's shown there, it's coming through and it's going to be delicious. So this is number 1. Okay. We'll clear this and move on to the next one. Oh, actually, let me do this first. Okay, so here is the next one. The Mike Dooley deck says, see me in their eyes. This is number 2. See me in their eyes. So this would mean you're looking at you through their eyes. It's hard to, so you're reading this first person. See myself in their eyes. Your twin flame is asking you to see yourself as they see you. Warrior spirit. This is the archetype in which to take on. Let me read this for you. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering your ego. Making sure that you are ethical and watching that you're not indifferent to others. So your strength and your skill and your discipline are what is going to bring you closer to your twin flame. They want to remind you of this warrior nature that's within you. See yourself as they see you, as that warrior. And then the Gabby Bernstein deck, here we are, and it says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So if you're feeling like you've been doing lots of work and that you're really trying to get into the strength of yourself, then give in some more. Do a little bit more work, even more than you think. There's, I do a couple of like physical shakeouts, you know, to get energy moving in my body. And I usually have to prompt myself to do even more because sometimes we have the tendency to think we're doing enough, but there's always more that can be done. Surrendering and surrendering more. So your twin flame sees you as a warrior. They see your strength. They see your light. That is beautiful. All right, let's see. So all this has been pre-shuffled, by the way. Let's see what your twin flame, what messages they have for you right now. Okay. All right, so we have the Six of Wands victory card very closely attached to that warrior. They are showing you that you are succeeding. The work that you're doing on your own, because this is, you know, you're in separation is what I'm assuming. The work that you're doing is bringing you to the next higher level where they're going to meet you. They see you as this warrior who is succeeding. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and you're sowing seeds there, right? You're allowing it to be birthed. This vision for yourself, for your relationship with your twin flame is coming forward. You're waiting, okay? They're waiting. They see you waiting, but they see that you're working hard and that you've been doing all of the right things in order to lay the foundation for a reunion, and a communion with them. And we have the Knave of Swords. This is the page. So this is communication coming in. And right now when I'm filming this, we're in Mercury retrograde. So right now communication is very challenging. So I'm feeling like the communication is going to come in. And when it does, it's going to make everything clear. But for right now, things just do not feel very clear. Okay? Let's see, what else do we have? What else does our twin flame want to tell us? We have some grief. There's some pain there. Oh, but it's wrapping up with the World card. And they're surrendering. There's some more surrendering. Oh, I love this. Okay. So we have some grief that we're working for, that we're working towards, that we're becoming victorious and letting go of this loss and the separation, the feeling of separation, the connection, even to needing to be together. I feel that we're becoming more empowered on our own here. You're starting to see yourself, hopefully, through their eyes, where you see your power, you see your strength, your discipline, all that you've been creating in your life. And this can be, with the pentacles, it can be just your finances, but it can also be money. It can be building a home, everything, laying the foundation for a strong relationship, for a strong family. These words, this clear communication is coming forward. They want to tell you these things. They want to give you these messages so that you see yourself as beautifully as they see you. Here we are with the World card. It's an ending to one cycle, okay? So we're ending a cycle, but we're also up-leveling to the next. I look at this card as an expansion or the next journey. And so you've been planting the seeds, making space, and your next journey, the next beautiful journey is coming forward. The cycle is coming to an end so that you can up level and move closer to each other. And they see this in you. They want you to see that all of the hard work that you've been doing is coming to fruition. Everything is wrapping up so that you can go to your next level. And this small amount of communication, this truth that's coming forward is about surrendering. Let me turn it right side up. So the Four of Pentacles holds on, right? It's about hunkering down and counting your coins. But when it's in the upright, it's about letting go. And so this is the communication that's coming in, is about surrendering and surrendering more. Surrendering to the process. So if you feel like that it's difficult, because you're on your own, right? You just want to connect. You just want to feel known by someone and seen by someone. And it's someone that, it's that spirit connection, that soulful connection that's we talk about with the twin flame connection, that it's you, I see you, which is me, which is you, which is me. The same seeing me, which is you. The lack of that, the loss of that, is hard to get through, and it's hard to be able to build outside of that. But if you can surrender to the process of you building a life outside of them, you could create a whole life for them, and they may not be physically there, right? You can make space for them, and then that's when people step forward. Let me see if there's anything else. Any other messages from our twin flame for right now? Surrendering to the process. Oof, tough energy here. Okay. Some 10s and some 8s. Interesting. Movement fast. Okay, good. So the 10 of Swords is here to remind us that, and this is the drama, that final drama of the end all be all, right? That ending. Let's end the grief. Let's move through it, through that process, right? That's the process that we're leaving behind, the part of us, the lack, the sorrow, the not having enough, the scarcity issue. That's what we're leaving behind. We want to move towards, and 10 of Staves, 10 of Wands came out in the reverse. So we want to let our burdens go, put them down, and moving forward. The 8 of Wands, that's the movement card. So moving forward. So it seems to me that the twin flame here is reminding you of your strength and your spirit, reminding you to surrender to what the pain that you've been going through. Let that go so that you can step into this new cycle, this new you, the newness that you've been trying to bring forward, and it is coming forward. They want you to see yourself the way that they see you. This powerful, strong, new, up-leveled person. This is beautiful. There's some tough energy out here for sure. I think that they're just calling it out as it is. So if that, if this feels like it's been your journey, this is passing and we're moving forward. Okay, that's your number 2. We'll clear it for number 3. Okay, so Mike Dooley, what have you had for here? I go where you go. Hey, twin flame, that's so sweet. This twin flame wants to go where you go, all right? And they're also reminding you, they want to say that you are an avenger. And the avenger attributes desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And just make sure that you aren't resorting to any negative influences here. So you kind of save other people. They see this aspect of you, that you are righteous, you stand up for others, you're an advocate. What a beautiful card. They want to go where you go when you advocate for others. They want to be with you in that advocacy. Now we have the Gabby Bernstein deck. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Wow, so much movement here. I'm feeling like this one could be really interesting, that we could have some movement forward. So your twin flame wants to remind you that you're always being guided. You're always being guided to advocate, and they are there with you every step of the way. Okay, so let's see what else your twin flame messages are for you. Ooh, cards today, my goodness. Okay. Wow, movement. All right, yes, lots of movement. Okay, so we have our movement card, the 8 of Wands. Time to go, time to take action, swiftness. It's good for springtime, we're feeling this. 7 of Pentacles, you've been planting the seeds, probably hoping that things will have taken root by now, and maybe feeling a little bit less, feeling a little bit forlorn because they haven't been birthed yet. Maybe it's that you were really hoping that you'd be reunited with your twin flame by now because you've been doing a lot of the work and it just hasn't come up yet. And we've got the Hermit that came out in reverse. So even coming out of the out of hiding out, you've been doing a lot of this internal work. So your twin flame is telling you it's time to get moving. It's time to come out. You've been planting great seeds and they are going to be taking root. You just have to step back and let them grow, okay? Okay, let's see, what else do we have? What else does your twin flame have as a message for you? Okay, we have the Knight of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So the Knight of Wands is more action, so beautiful, okay? There's swift action. I feel like your twin flame is saying that they're wanting you to take action. This is very much an action card. So if you are feeling like there's something in your life, or there's someone in your life who needs some support, then your twin flame seems to be pushing you towards helping this other person, which in turn will also help you. This is, and it could be a collaborative or a work situation here. There's 3 people or 3, an aspect of 3 happening here. This is our collaboration card. So your twin flame is saying, collaborate, come out, allow for things to grow, get out of the way, and collaborate with others so that you can bring the bring your next whatever into existence. And let's see what that next whatever will be. Oh, okay. So the next whatever, it's so funny to say that. The King of Wands came out in reverse. So the next whatever is going to be about, it's interesting because we're being called to action to receive, right? The King of Wands is the epitome of action, but he also has this way of ruling without heart. So your twin flame is urging you to maintain compassion in your action, maintain a softness when you're helping others, when you're helping yourself even. Maintain that balance between action and receptivity. That's your judgment, or excuse me, your justice card. Libra energy. Could be a Libra here speaking to you. Anything else from the twin flame? Any other messages? Wheel of Fortune, things are turning. 9 of Pentacles, you're getting ready. Page of Pentacles, that small, stable offer. I love it. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, we have to turn this. We have to start movement. So I'm feeling like if this is your reading, then you've been waiting, right? You've been waiting for a sign, and this is the sign to say, get up and go, get up and do, get up and move. Whatever it is that's been coming up for you that has been an inkling, you've had an inspirational thought, but you haven't moved forward on it. This reading, your twin flame is saying, move forward on those things. Go out and be righteous. Take those, balance the scales of justice. Justice has come up twice here, okay? The 9 of Pentacles is preparing yourself for being with another person. So making the roost or nesting, making sure that everything is there's space for that person to come forward. And this Page of Pentacles, it came out in the reverse. So we still need to have a small, stable offering coming forward, but it's just on hold right now. And I feel like once you turn this wheel, everything else is going to turn for you. So it's moving, taking action on that idea that you had, on that thought that you had, that inspiration that you had when you were in the hermit mode. It's time to go out in the world. That's what your twin flame is saying. Time to go. They'll go with you. So when you take on this role of balancing, being justice, I feel like it's, you're being the superhero in the world. When you take on this role, when you move forward, when you're being guided by it, trusting that direction, moving, and moving, then the wheel is going to turn for you and everything else is going to fly in. That's what your twin flame is wanting to tell you. And I feel like the twin flame is coming. It's they're probably working on themselves at the same time. But this is beautiful energy. This is what I have for you. Thanks so much.